Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing today? And what's up, Sussex Squad? Yo, we can talk about it later. Come and sit down. We gotta talk. There is something very rotten going on in the House of Windsor. We talked about it yesterday and earlier. Go ahead and watch my other videos. Contra Caella is saying that officially she thinks that whole ab surgery was a fake. Kate has officially been missing. Listen, I count 148 days. Some people say 127. Baby, it's over one. It is over 1 day. It's time to ring the alarm because what is going on with William? Is Kate actually sick? Is she missing? Is she alive? More importantly, or is this some weird divorce negotiation? Why are we saying this? You guys, William, a man that can't be bothered at all. He can't be bothered at all to show up for work. He says he's busy taking care of his wife and kids. Baby, why did William just show up going out? PA Dugout. Shout out to Valerie, Renee, Nikki Rayner, Zandy Sussex, and everybody else that sent, and Sherry Couture, and everybody else that sent me this story, right? PA Dugout, which is a sports page in the UK, showed a picture of the Prince of Wales at Villa Park. They put the name Tonight. William, with a wife so sick she cannot work or allegedly show her face out in public, and kids you're dutifully looking after because you're the one that's why you're saying you can't come to work. You literally showed up at a game to drink beer with your friends. Now, I know what you're saying, because I kind of thought that, well, maybe dealing with this is stressful. He needs a time to be relieved. Y'all, the day that he actually showed up was Charlotte's birthday. He went out drinking to watch a soccer game on his only daughter's birthday while his wife is gravely sick. It's time to ring the alarm. I've been doing this so long and I'll be down. Shout out to Beyonce. But there's something very, very wrong. New World Disorder on Twitter said, in everyday real life, if a wife and mother went missing for 24 hours, the authorities would be called to investigate. But somehow in the UK, a good wife, a mother, and the future Queen of England goes missing for at least 130 days, right? As of May 2nd, I count 148 days because that Together at Christmas was pre-filmed, but I could be wrong. And it's just business as usual. New World Order wants to know, where is Kate? Y'all, let's get into this because you cannot make this up. William was cheering and boozing with his friends. Logic Linguistics on Twitter said, shouldn't he be taking his daughter out for her birthday? Karen Arams said, who's looking after his poor wife? I'll tell you who's looking after the wife. The two Filipino nurses. Remember, William had to put their race in? Two Filipino nurses were looking after her round the clock. On top of that, people have been saying that Carol Middleton and them are actually the ones watching the kids. That William is just a lazy, entitled oaf, right? Not My King on Twitter said, oops, Workshy Willie, Billy Idol, Prince William royal family said William postpones official engagements to be by Kate's side after surgery. And then you show William boozing and taking in sports by himself on his daughter's birthday. I Am Sage makes a good point, said, William kept briefing the press that he's stepping back from duties to take care of his sick wife. Royal duties are about an hour long. A football game is much longer, not to mention travel time. Why don't you people realize it's because he's lazy and hiding behind his sick wife? Another person said, the lazy king that England and tabloid journalists deserve. Maybe. That was Sussex Poppy. I Am Sage jumped back in and said, pretty sad that he's off watching football instead of, being at home to spend his darling daughter's birthday with her. Just a damn thought. Noel Ivy said, next time those banshees complain about others breathing and traveling, remind them her husband has spent more time watching football or in pubs than seen with her in public. That was, Demelza said, wherever there's beer, so shall Prince William be. YYP said, we've seen William at more football games and pubs than we've seen him stand by his wife announcing her preventative cancer treatment. visiting her when she was at a clinic, or any random pics of him accompanying her for treatment. Let that sink in. Remember that one blurry picture that everybody said was Rose Hannabury, and it looked like Rose Hannabury, but they said it was William dropping Kate off at cancer treatment? Cordero Davis said, but the Duke and Duchess of Sussex can't even blink too many times because they'll be insensitive to Kate having cancer. This man has been out and about for months and nobody in the UK media says anything about it. The invisible contract is very visible these days. Melissa Johnson said, well, this doesn't look good. His wife is meant to be undergoing preventative cancer. His children have just found out, it's Charlotte's birthday and he's at football. They need to keep up the lie that they're telling the Globe and stop giving fake videos and pics. I do want to say this. Nobody can say that a father, why didn't you take Charlotte with you? Why would you need time off to go to a football game, but you can't work? Where is Kate? And let me just say, this whole preventative cancer treatment, at the end of the day, if Charles, who is 75 that has cancer, is showing up and working, I'm not saying that if Kate actually has cancer, she has to work. Don't misunderstand me. What I am saying is, for whatever reason, she feels so sick, so horrible, so everything, that she cannot be seen or heard from again, and even fake videos need to be applied. But you're trying to tell me that you can leave all that behind and actually go to a soccer game? And as a matter of fact, didn't he bring George last time? It makes me think, was George a cover so he could have an excuse for going out to the game? Because don't forget, he met Carol in a pub and then George popped up with them. Okay? Remember how they said, oh, people aren't like you tacky Americans. We don't just pull our phones out when we see royalty. We treat them with respect. But everybody in the pub pulled their phone out because it was amazing to see George and William, which in my mind proves that whole Windsor Farms video, we know it was 100% fake. Chris Boozy already debunked it. Twitter debunked it. And TikTok especially debunked it. But when I say this, I say the fact that if that had been Kate, a woman nobody's seen, walking fast, swinging bags in Windsor Farms, people would have looked. People would have said something. People would have extended well wishes or asked how she's doing. Again, she's royalty, right? In any case, right? It makes me think that maybe the reason why he even showed up for that, right, is because he wanted to go to football. George was supposed to be his cover. That's why he didn't invite any of the other kids. Maybe they don't want to see. Has anybody, oh, this is a good one. Has anybody ever thought that William doesn't have Charlotte and George around him because he doesn't want to see those kids? You know how like with Brad and Angelina, the little kids were like, oh, hey, because that's their dad and whatnot. But even then, the older kids that knew what was going on, or the ones that just, they were like, no, we never want to see this monster again. Angelina's not keeping those kids away. They don't want to be around him. They can't stand him. They said he's the most selfish, egotistical, psychopath guy in the world. They hate Brad Pitt, okay? Because of the things they saw and witnessed. What if the little kids saw and witnessed something and they're afraid of their father? Maybe George wasn't around. Maybe George is the heir, so he knows he has to go along with. Again, I'm not saying any of this is true. I'm just saying that why on Charlotte's birthday did you not take her to a football game? And last time you had a football game, you took George. And the reason everybody let you off and didn't drag you is because they were all thinking the same thing. Oh, well, maybe George wanted a night out. You know what I'm saying? You guys, these are the questions we need to actually start asking. These are the questions we need to start asking. Maze the Tortie, right, said, and this is important, Maze the Tortie said on Charlotte's that's Margaret, said on Charlotte's birthday, hopefully she has a party somewhere else. Yeah, hopefully. More importantly, I like scientists, can't work but can attend a match on your daughter's birthday. The Marchanas of Photoshop said he's done his 15 minutes of work for the week. Now it's his time to play. What a lucky guy. You guys, this just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Aaliyah said, can he ever dress normally and not like an accountant? Geez, loosen up. Listen, Aminza said, Who's taking care of his cancer-stricken, vulnerable wife? Furiosa said, kickoff is at 8 p.m. That's bedtime, little girl. La Bibliotecaria said, okay, can the press stop dragging Meghan now? Will is doing the exact same. Actually, worse. Meghan's working. I actually don't think that's true, even though I understand what she's saying, right? Will's doing the exact same thing. No, he's not. Meghan at that polo match was working, but even then, Meghan and Kate don't like each other. Kate and the royal family tried to destroy Meghan. They tried to destroy Harry. As they like to say, they have mouths to feed. They're working, living their lives. They don't want them anywhere around. They hate it. They said Harry's just some guy that sold the story. So what's the problem now? What's the problem now? I Am Sage said William and Lee Thompson not realizing how bad this makes William look is so on brand for these two mess ups. Bridget said he can't work even for a few minutes a day because he's so busy taking care of his sick wife and doing a school run. But remember when Carol Middleton said that she was the one doing the school run? Court Board 99 says, you never know he has a cancer-stricken wife and a young daughter having a birthday on the same day. Cindy M421 said, no wonder he did this one engagement the one engagement this week on Tuesday instead of the usual Thursday. Yeah, because he has things to do. Save the Bee said on his daughter's birthday, wow. Cheeky Barry said, he's here having fun when his wife is very sick. Remal said, can't do any work, yet has time to go to Villa Park. PCA Hill 1878 on Twitter said, his wife is having cancer, but he has time to do this, and it's his daughter's 9th birthday. Listen, there's a lot going on, but the one thing I want to do is the more they're saying, right? The more time that they're saying, the more it's becoming evident Kate is either very, very sick or, right? Or William's a psychopath. No, I'm sorry. Or they're faking this. Kate's either very sick and William's a psychopath and doesn't care, right? Or at the end of the day, Kate is hiding and the kids don't want to be around. I don't know. Listen. You guys, a lot is going on for sure. But I do want to point out that I believe it's the Duchess of, hold on y'all, let me find it. A lot of people are pointing fingers all over the place. And the Duchess of Philadelphia had a good point. You know, listen, he went to that outing with George, true. But at the end of the day, I think George was just a cover. And I think this time he couldn't get the kids, right? The Duchess of Philadelphia says, I think they're all with Kate's parents. When the Mom Middleton and Baltimore met at the pub, they are arranging the outing with George a few days later. I think he's otherwise not allowed access and not allowed on the Middleton property. She says, the Duchess of Sussex, this is Meghan and Harry fans, says, yet these royalists are always going on about stuff in the USA that they can use against Meghan. I'm so looking forward to the day William's deceptions are finally exposed, so much so that no AI videos or photos can save his hypocritical ASS. Last thing I do want to say to you guys, and we'll get into this in further videos. Maybe I might even go live. Let me know if you guys want to go live to talk about this. But one thing that we can actually say, right? Henry VIII said when they start screaming about Harry and Meghan leaving the house while Kate Middleton does or does not have cancer, please remember her own husband has time to go to football games after visiting her hospital a single time for $15 million. Dee on Twitter had the pictures, right? Prince William isn't able to do royal work for months now due to having to take care of his sick wife, but on his daughter's birthday, he was able to attend. This is shameful. This is embarrassing. The Bluest Shade on Twitter said this guy doesn't work for more than 2 days in a row every 2 months, and he couldn't fill in while his father was getting treatment. But wherever he can watch games and get booze, he's there. The way William and his wife are mocking people in the UK should be studied. You guys, listen. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is not over. You know I'm going to deep dive into this, but let me know what you think because this is shameful. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.